Is it warm enough for you? Because I know I'm sweating my tits off. But yeah, probably just a quick one from me today. Because yeah, I don't do well with the heat, so I'll try and keep it as short as possible. But yeah, I'm back. I'm back with another musical message, and I actually had two come through the other day, so I'll use the one today and then use the other one for my next one. But yeah, these songs both came through in a dream that I had um, the other day, and they stood out a lot, and I still had them, and I was still thinking about them throughout the following day. So yeah, I'm gonna use those. So today's musical message is the song "No Surprises" by Radiohead, which I mean I've always loved that song, even though it has quite a sad element, even though it has that sort of sweet sort of lullaby tune to it in the background. But yeah, I think a lot of you are just tired, and I don't just generally mean like fatigued and like tired. I think on a soul level, it's like a soul tired where you just seem to feel like you've had enough. You've had enough of various things. I mean, for some of you, it could be your jobs, and you've had enough of the daily grind and just sort of, well, feeling like you're working your life away. It's like you haven't got time or the energy to do like the things that you want to do. And you're sort of in that sort of like Groundhog Day feeling where it's like get up, go to work hard, come home, and then you're just doing that like over and over again. Um, but I mean, if you're at that stage now where it's getting too much for you, then perhaps it's time to make a change. Because sometimes, you know, you could feel like you want more from life or you want better for yourself. But a lot of the times, things don't change unless you sort of get the ball rolling and um, and make the change yourself and step forward into what you do want. So some of you might be thinking um, of possibly finding a new job and just go for it. I mean, you know, you might think that, oh, I might not be able to find something as good, or I need like a certain wage, or things like that. But the universe provides. So if it's something that you're really wanting for yourself, then the pieces will fall into place for you. But you've got to make those sort of first steps. So yeah, some of you, if you are had enough of your job and it's not aligning with you anymore, or it's not something that you want to do anymore, then look for something that would be a better fit and take it from there. But I mean, the song also like speaks about um like the government and stuff as well. So maybe some of you are just getting sick and tired of having a bunch of fucking arseholes basically in charge of your countries and running your countries. But again, like, things don't change unless you do your part and help to make those changes. So I think with some of you, or whether it resonates with the government part or like the work part, or however this resonates for you, but I think this song's probably reminding people to stand up and use your voice more. If you don't like the way things are going, then you need to communicate and raise the awareness and do your part to help things change. So, maybe some of you need to start using your voice more, because the more people stand up for themselves and stand up for the things that they believe in, the more likely that things will start to change. And sometimes change starts with you. So make sure you're doing your part. But some of you as well might be feeling down in the dumps, maybe even depressed with the way that your lives are going. And you might be at that stage where you're starting to feel like that there's no way out. And things are always going to be this way, and things are never going to get better. But things will get better, and things do get better. But if you are at that stage, then reach out to the people around you, or reach out to people who are going through the same things as you, or talk to a professional, maybe arrange some counselling or something like that, because there's nothing wrong with getting things off your chest. And in fact, you'll probably feel a lot better once you have started to get these things off your chest. So the dark days aren't always there forever, and I've got a feeling that things are going to start to get better soon. But collectively around the world, we've all got to start doing what we can to start putting these changes in place and sending not necessarily the positive vibes out there, but there's so much darkness in the world at the moment, and it seems to feel like it's being forced down our throats because it's everywhere you go. Like, it's on the TV, it's on the news, it's in the papers. They've even started to put it into like the shows that you love, to try and bring you down that way, because they know that you're not watching in other places anymore and stuff like that. So don't let them win. Don't let them win, and keep doing your best. And even the little tiny changes that you can make soon build up into bigger things, bigger and better things, and brighter things. So I think those might be the messages that are mainly coming through today. But as you might have recognised, I'm not actually at home at the moment, so the only deck that I've actually got with me is the Clarifying Life Situations deck. So we'll see if anything else wants to come out that will go with those messages, or if not, if there's anything else that we need to know about right now, especially if none of that resonated with you. But that one is trying to fall out, so I'm going to allow it to fall out, and I'm going to take it as it lands. And the message that's come through with the card is saving grace, and it's forgiving yourself and others heals the wound and sets you free. So where does this fit in with today's song? I mean, there's a lot of people say, like, forgiveness is for you and not so much about the other people. So even if you don't agree with a lot of the stuff, or can condone the stuff that other people have done, you should still think about forgiving people, not for them, to make them feel better, but to make you feel better, and to give you more peace. I mean, that does fit in with the song as well, because like the song's basically about wanting more peace and balance sort of in your life, and that sort of yearning for just things to be brighter and happier and more settled and serene. So perhaps one of the ways you can help yourself to get to that sort of stage is to forgive yourself, perhaps for things that you might have done in the past where you weren't acting as your best self. But growth comes from learning lessons and making mistakes, and sometimes the only way that you can learn is just by doing, whether it's ends up being good or ends up being like a mistake, and then that'll help to heal perhaps some of the trauma and wounds that have been holding you back, perhaps from doing the things that you want to do and making the changes in your life. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with that for today, folks. So I hope that helps, and look out for the next one, because the next one I think is going to be quite interesting, because it was another strange one. Not a strange song, but it was like two songs got moulded into one. So yeah, you might want to check that one out when that one comes out. But for now, try and keep cool, guys, and yeah, be the change that you want, and forgive yourself and others in order to move forward.